Hi. Let's learn about some of the new features and enhancements available in BMC Helix Intelligent Automation 22.4. By using the Proactive Service Resolution solution in BMC Helix Intelligent Automation, you can automatically create an incident in BMC Helix IT Service Management. The solution supports both Level 1 and Level 2 for creating incidents. If you are using Proactive Service Resolution to create TMF 621 compliant trouble tickets, in the ServiceNow Telecommunications and Media Assurance Workflows module, information about the impacted configuration item or CI is now added to the ticket. In 22.4, you can create trouble tickets for an on-premises deployment of ServiceNow. You can use a static API key to authenticate the endpoint application that you want to connect to by using the generic REST API connector. Apart from these, several enhancements are available for when you are configuring any on-premises connector. Let's look at each of these enhancements in detail. Proactive Service Resolution is a solution that integrates BMC Helix Operations Management with BMC Helix ITSM to create incidents automatically for critical events generated in BMC Helix Operations Management. As part of Level 1, Event-Based Service Resolution, every time a critical event is generated in BMC Helix Operations Management, an incident gets created in ITSM with all relevant details. After an incident is created, BMC Helix Intelligent Automation creates an information event in BMC Helix Operations Management that contains the incident ID and other details. As part of Level 2, Infrastructure-Based Service Resolution, BMC Helix Intelligent Automation looks for ADDM_integration ID, component aliases, or the CI lookup properties fields in the event, and based on these fields, looks for a configuration item in the configuration management database. If found, associates the CI to the incident. If no CI information is found, BMC Helix Intelligent Automation creates an incident without any CI, thus executing the Level 1 scenario. Every time an incident is updated, BMC Helix Intelligent Automation updates the information event. When the incident is resolved, the information event is also closed. Next, we have Level 2 Infrastructure-Based Service Resolution support for ServiceNow. If you've configured Proactive Service Resolution to create TMF-compliant trouble tickets in the ServiceNow Telecommunications and Media Assurance Workflows module, then for a critical event, a TMF 621 trouble ticket is created with the associated configuration item. If CI details are unavailable in the event, or not specified in the solution, a trouble ticket is created without associating any CI. Note that if you have already configured Proactive Service Resolution as part of an earlier release, you must disable and configure it again to be able to implement the Level 2 Infrastructure-Based Service Resolution. Proactive Service Resolution supports creating trouble tickets for an on-premises deployment of the ServiceNow Telecommunications and Media Assurance Workflows module. To support the on-prem version, you must download and install the ServiceNow connector by using the remote plugin. Follow the steps described here to configure the connector, and once it's connected, continue with the next steps to configure Proactive Service Resolution from the UI. If you are using the generic REST API connector to connect to an endpoint application to work with REST APIs, then you can use a static API key as an authentication mechanism, provided it is supported by the endpoint application. You provide the API key when you create credentials as part of configuring the REST API connector, which is used to connect to your endpoint application. Now, let's look at some of the enhancements made to the on-premises connectors. Instead of specifying credentials step by step, you can create a credentials file in a JSON format and run a single command to create credentials while configuring any connector. This sample file is for the ServiceNow connector that can be used for configuring an on-premises connector for Proactive Service Resolution. BMC Helix Intelligent Automation supports connecting to applications that support SSL-based encryption. To do this, you must place the server-side certificates in the remote plugin directory while configuring any on-premises connector. Finally, when you configure any on-premises connector, you can choose to run the plugin in HTTPS mode. By default, the plugin runs by using HTTP. For more information about the features and enhancements in 22.4, click the link for the BMC Helix Intelligent Automation documentation provided in this video's description. Thank you for watching.